second.
Number 12, Elizabeth Coakley. This is starting lineup for your Georgian Grizzlies. Number 3, Brittany Cameron. Number 5, Sophia Clement. Number 6, Alyssa Muller. Number 7, Amber Law. Number 10, Kelsey Watson. Number 11, Duncan DiFrancesco. And starting with number 14, Jenna.
It's game day at Georgian. Hello and welcome to Georgian College Athletic Centre in Barrie, Ontario. It's go time for the Georgian Grizzlies women's volleyball program. Sitting at 5-9 on the season, the Grizzlies are the underdog, looking to pull off an upset against the 11-4 Algonquin Thunder. As the regular season winds down, the Thunder want to keep it rolling all the way into the OCAA championships. For the Grizzlies, they still need to make a push to secure a spot in the tournament, and they've got a job to get done here tonight against the Thunder. It's Algonquin at Georgian. Live on the call for tonight's games, I'm Sean McAvoy. Looking at the starting lineups for both teams. For Algonquin, number 2, Tatiana Weisflog. Number 3, Emily Menard. Number 7, Brianne Shearhorn. Number 11, Mary Chantel Ozarak, as well as number 12, Elizabeth Coakley. Moving on to the hometown Georgian Grizzlies. Starting lineup is number 3, Brianne Cameron. Number 5, Sophia Clement. Number 6, Alyssa Muller. Number 7, Amber Ma. Number 10, Kelsey Watson. And number 11, Dominica DiFrancesco. Starting with the ball will be the Grizzlies, so Sophia Clement will start the game off. Ball's in the air and we're underway from the Georgian College Athletic Centre. That's Kelsey Watson popping in the air. Dominica DiFrancesco playing it over. That's a point for Algonquin, who's number 7, Brianne Shearhorn, getting the point for the Thunder. And they'll start the game up 1-0 as number 3, Emily Menard, heads to the service line. Big save by Ma. It goes the other side for DiFrancesco. It's over. Stepping in again, and another point for Shearhorn. Starting the game off hot. 2-0 Thunder, 2 points. Both from Brianne Shearhorn. Menard again here to serve. This one a little short, and that'll give the Grizzlies their first point of the game. It cuts the Thunder lead in half. Only 3 points into the game now. Amber Ma will get set to serve for the Grizzlies. That was number 12, Elizabeth Coakley, earning the point for Algonquin. So far, it's been short rallies here. Thunder have taken advantage on offense quickly. They've got 3 points so far. That's Brianne Shearhorn on the serve. Ma. Watson played it over, but he's going to miss on that one, and the point goes the Thunder's way. Got a 4-1 lead now. Brianne Shearhorn again to serve. Fourth-year player out of Belleville. Misses on that serve attempt. Grizzlies' 2 points have come off of Thunder errors. Hopefully on this offensive possession, they can earn a point on their own. Alyssa Muller to serve. It's long and out of bounds. Grizzlies give the ball back to the Thunder and a point to Algonquin, who now lead the game 5-2. Elizabeth Coakley to serve. It's Clement setting to DiFrancesco, and that's a great hit. Big point for the Grizzlies. Dominica DeFrancesco got the kill and now heads back to serve for Georgian, down 5-3. Was played over by Menard. And now Cameron gets blocked at the net. She'll have a second try, however. A few too many touches, double touch called against the Grizzlies. As Coakley heads off, Aaron Roots enters the game. It was Riley Ledger on the serve. Kelsey Watson, it's defended. It's kept alive. And now volleying it over. Cameron hits it, but a little too much on it. Goes out of bounds. Riley Lager will head to the line to serve again after earning the point. Ma pops it up. Clement plays it over. It's played back to the Georgian side. Jenna Gross to Watson. Off the hands of DeFrancesco, played over by Shearhorn. Thunder rolling early in this first set. They're up 8-3. Too much on that one. And Lager's serve goes out of bounds. It's another point for the Grizzlies, down 8-4. Brittany Cameron to serve. Cameron's serve is over but out. Algonquin earns another point here. Marie Chantal Ozerak now to serve. Ma to Clement. Right side for Watson, who miffed on that one. Disappointed she didn't get all of that one. It goes into the net. And Algonquin gets the point. It sends Marie Chantal Ozerak to serve again, but Brad Graham, 29th year head coach for the Grizzlies, will call a timeout. So not a great start for the Grizzlies, trailing 10-4. Brad Graham calls his first timeout, and they'll talk things over on the bench. Ozerak prepares to serve. Francesco, Clement, Amber Ma, and it's off a Thunder player at the net, out of bounds, so Grizzlies get the point. Strong passing and a strong finish by Amber Ma. Went off the arms of Tatiana Weisflog, number 2 for the Thunder. Played over by the Thunder. DeFrancesco's there. Clement now saying to Muller, blocked at the net. That was Weisflog making the play, standing tall. And she'll head to the service line now. Thunder up 11-5 and maintaining a steady lead throughout this first set. Watson to Clement. Clement has to play it over. But before that can happen, a double touch is called against the Grizzlies. And another point goes for the Thunder, who now have a 7-point lead. Weisflog once again will serve. Jenna Gross pops it to Clement. Amber Ma now gets blocked at the net. Gross helped her out, saves that, now plays it over herself. Clement to DeFrancesco. Lager pops it in the air, and she'll be the one that plays it over. Clement far side for Ma, tipping it. It goes off a Thunder player and out of bounds, so another point for the Grizzlies. They're in the same way. Amber Ma at the net, playing it over, goes off a Thunder out of bounds. It's worked out twice now for the Grizzlies, and Sophia Clement prepares to serve with the Grizzlies down 6. Up in the air. Menard's there. Gets help from Shearhorn. Now Kelsey Watson will play it over, but too much on it. Goes out of the back. It's a point for Algonquin. Up 7, Emily Menard heads to serve. First-year player out of Cornwall. Serve is up and over. Clement plays it to DeFrancesco. Shearhorn was there to help. And Ozorak plays it over. Ozorak defends that, plays it up to the net, and Lager pops it over. Clement now setting up DeFrancesco. And a good eye by the Thunder defense. They let that one fly out of bounds and add another point to their score. Menard serve, no good this time. It's short, low, and into the net. Amber Ma ready to serve for the Grizzlies, down 7. And a good serve as it goes off of the arms of Erin Roots and out of bounds. Didn't get on that cleanly, and Amber Ma earns a point for her team. She's back to serve once again now. Tipped at the net by the Grizzlies, but they'll have a chance to play it back over. It's Muller. And the call goes against the Grizzlies. A lift is called. Brianne Shearhorn getting ready to serve. Well, Riley Lager was sure eyeing that ball as it came her way from the Georgian side, but didn't get it cleanly, and Georgian gets the point. So now Georgians pulled themselves within 6. Muller to serve. Serve goes into the net. Thunder now back up by 7. Coakley to serve. Clement plays to Watson. Watson gets blocked to the net. Clement now will try the other side. DeFrancesco doesn't get it cleanly. It goes low and into the net. Coakley's serve is over and played by Ma. Clement now to DeFrancesco. Looked like it was tipped off a Thunder player. However, they won't get that call. I think the official believes it went off the net instead. Maybe it did. Point goes to Algonquin. Elizabeth Coakley now serving once again. Cameron playing it to the far side. Ozorak's there. That was Lager, played it over. Good save by the Georgian defense. And again, DeFrancesco, a little low, didn't get it cleanly. Down 10. Grizzlies need to claw back into this one. Thunder played over off the net. Now Clement to Cameron. Cameron got it over the net. Establishing offense of their own. The Thunder couldn't do it. Kelsey Watson comes up with a big block. Gets her team back within 9 points. Georgian now has the serve and needs to go on a bit of a run here to tighten this set up. It's 19-10 in favor of Algonquin thus far. Mishandled by Ozorak. Falls to the ground, and that's another point for the Grizzlies. Now down 8. Dominica DeFrancesco is on the serve. Serve a little long and out of bounds, and that's been the story of the first set so far for this Georgian Grizzlies team, handing over points. Whether hits have gone low and into the net or a little long and out the back, seems like just keeping that ball in play has been a challenge for the Grizzlies. Give the Thunder credit. It's a tight defense, and trying to find the gaps in that defense is a challenge for the Grizzlies. Alexandra Mulder will serve. Serve is up, and DeFrancesco's there. Clement pops to the other side. Watson has to tip it over. And the call goes in favor of the Thunder. Pass was a little bit off the mark. Mulder to serve again. Ball is up and over. Jenna Gross. Clement comes in there, and Gross plays it back over. And that's a good point for the Grizzlies. Shearhorn played it over, and Kelsey Watson was able to just jump in and get that kill. Big point for the Grizzlies, now down 9 points. Brittany Cameron with a serve. Ozorak to Mulder. It was played by Sarah Martin, but just out of bounds. Now, Georgian being given a bit of an opportunity here. They need to seize the moment and get some points together. Cameron serve. Ozorak popped it up, but she'll get help from her defense. And they play it to the other side. DeFrancesco to Clement now. Amber Ma gets the point. Amber Ma having a good first set. She's earned a couple points now. Grizzlies within 7. Mulder to Ozorak and finds the empty space there. It's inbounds, and that's a point for Algonquin, now up 22-15. Excuse me, it's 21. That call did go in favor of the Grizzlies, so they got the point. And a big block at the net by the Grizzlies. Shearhorn plays it over. As the Grizzlies tried to set up their offense, they get called for a double touch. Point goes Algonquin's way. And now the Thunder have 22 points and lead 22-15. Marie Chantal Ozorak with the serve. Watson with the tip and finds the empty space in that Thunder defense. A good play on the net by Kelsey Watson, who will now serve with her team down 6. Watson serves over. Ozorak got enough on it, got help from her defense. Georgian setting up an offense. Ma making a play on it, and right into the middle of a bunch of Thunder players. It's another point for the Grizzlies, who have finally found a bit of a tempo in this first set. They're stringing together points, and they're right back in it, down 5. Kelsey Watson to serve. Ozorak, Mulder, 2 Algonquin players played it over. Now Ma at the net, and no communication by the Thunder. Falling right into the middle of that defense once again. It'll force Thunder to call a timeout. 24-year head coach Everton Sr. calls the timeout. And the Grizzlies now with a bit of momentum go back to their bench. Thunder, who had such control when that first timeout was called, now the tables are turned and they've got to answer to this Georgian run. They'll talk it over on the bench and we'll take a short break. We'll be back in 30 seconds. We'll see if head coach Everton Sr. and his Algonquin Thunder team come up with some answers to put an end to this Georgian Grizzlies run. So the Grizzlies down 4, Kelsey Watson with the serve. She misses on that one, so timeout ends up being a good call. Ices that Georgian run. Now Tatiana Weisflog to serve. And missing on that one gives the point right back to the Grizzlies, so they're back within 4, but they can't give away too many points at this point of the set. Thunder have 23. Sophia Clement getting ready to serve for the Grizzlies. Serve is good. Now Mulder has to play it back. Ozarak, a scrambling defensive effort there by the Thunder, but just not enough. Goes out of bounds. Georgia now within 3. Sophia Clement will serve once again. Scrambling to get the ball over, they do so. It was Coakley who played it over. Amber Maw plays it over. Shearhorn, and now Dominic DeFrancesco. It's a good rally between the two teams. Muller sets up DeFrancesco. Shearhorn tips it, trying to play it back over to the Thunder. It's still alive. Mulder to the Georgian side. Now Clement sets up Muller. A one-handed save by the Thunder. And now Ma trying to make a play on it. Mulder steps in. Roots to Shearhorn. DeFrancesco's there. And now Clement setting to Watson. And just a little too low and into the net. She was in position to make a play on it, but unable to do so. That's a big point for the Thunder, who now have the ball, have the serve, and it's match point. Sorry, set point, as they're up 24-20. So it'll be Emily Menard checking in for Sarah Martin.
So back into the game for Algonquin is number 3, Emily Menard. And number 9, Riley Ledger.
Riley Ledger now coming into the game for Alexandra Mulder.
Set point Algonquin.
So set point Algonquin, Emily Menard to serve. Francesco has to make a play on it. She does. Now coming back the other way. Ledger right into the middle of 2 Grizzlies. Algonquin will take the first set. They let the Grizzlies claw back into it. They had a commanding lead midway through that first set, but Georgian did a good job of tightening it up, making it competitive, but falling short at the end. Algonquin takes it 25-20. We'll take a short break for the intermission between the first and second sets. We'll be back in about 2 minutes to bring you the second set. It's Algonquin Thunder at Georgian Grizzlies, OCAA Women's Volleyball. We'll see you in a moment. Two teams returning to the floor. Algonquin took the first set, so they lead the game 1-0. Algonquin will start with the ball. Emily Menard to serve. Second set's underway. Dominica DeFrancesco receives the serve. Amber Ma playing it over. And scrambling to keep it alive. Somehow they do. Georgian trying to do the same. Jenna Gross made a save from that ball hitting the floor. And Coakley playing it over. Jenna Gross to Clement. Watson steps in, gets a good hit on it, and that's what happens when she connects with that ball. It's a point for the Georgian Grizzlies. They're up in the 1-0 now in the second set. Sophia Clement to serve for the Grizzlies. Ozorak pops it up. Menard to Coakley. And a good vision by Coakley. Found the back right corner, and no Grizzlies were there to defend it. That one falls to the ground. And the Thunder on the board now in the second set. It's all tied up 1-1. Coakley to serve. Clement to DeFrancesco. Coakley's there. Now Menard to Ozorak. Clement, while trying to keep it on the Georgian side, ran into the net. And that's going to cost them a point. The Thunder now up 2-1. Coakley's serve is up. Gross plays it. Now Clement to Ma. Good job by Menard. Francesco gets a hit on that. And it found the back floor inbound, so it's a... Or sorry, oh yeah, they did call it inbound, so it is a Grizzly point, despite the Thunder thinking otherwise. Amber Ma will serve. 2-2. Menard to Zorak. Kelsey Watson. Ma does a great job keeping that alive, and Watson almost was able to play it over. Great effort by Amber Ma, who came sprinting our way, almost into the scoring table. She did avoid it and is back out on the floor safely, but they give up the point. And Carissa Malloy with the serve. Moeller tips it over. Ozorak's there. Menard to Ledger. Saved by Clement. And that's a great save by Clement as the second effort by the Thunder goes out of bounds. Grizzlies get the point. Alyssa Moeller serve over. Menard play it to Elizabeth Coakley. And now Clement will have to set it to Cameron, who just misses on that one. She'll shake it off and move on to the next point. It's the Thunder up 4-3 now. Riley Ledger to serve. Clement sets up Watson, and that one's going to earn a point for the Grizzlies. Went off the arms of Marissa Boutros, but out of bounds, and the Grizzlies get the point. Now Dominica DeFrancesco will serve. Menard to Ozorak. And it's out of bounds, just outside of that post on the net. So the point goes to the Grizzlies, who now have their first lead of the game, first lead of the second set. And Dominica DeFrancesco will serve once again. That one's low and into the net. Grizzlies give up a point, and the Thunder tie it up 5-5. Marie Chantel Ozorak now serving for the Thunder. Cameron, Clement, Watson, and that's a point for the Grizzlies. And Cameron to serve for the Grizzlies, up 6-5. Ozorak, Menard. Stepping in was Weisflog, but she hit the net on that follow-through, and that's enough to earn the Grizzlies the call, who get the point and now have a 7-5 lead in the second set. Cameron serve, played by Ozorak to Menard. Again, the same play run by the Thunder on offense. Weisflog earning the point that time as it went off of a Grizzly player and out of bounds. Algonquin within 1. They trail 7-6 to the Grizzlies here in the second set. Weisflog with the serve. Clement to Ma. Coakley with the hit and the point. Just landed in bounds. It's a point for Algonquin. Tatiana Weisflog now serving again. Weisflog, Ma plays it to Clement. Clement will set up Watson. And that's a point for the Grizzlies. And Kelsey Watson will get ready to serve after earning that point for her team. And Kelsey Watson with the ace. It was low and just in front of Riley Ledger, who wasn't able to get a hand on it. Watson will serve again. Coakley to Zorak. Watson's there. Now Clement will set up Muller on the tip. Not able to get there. It's number 8, Carissa Malloy. Watson to serve again. And it hit an Algonquin player as they tried to let that one go out of bounds. Ledger just in a tough spot as another Thunder let that ball go, and it hit Ledger in behind. It is another ace for Kelsey Watson and another point for the Grizzlies, who now lead 11-7 in the second set. And that one they'll rule in bounds, and a point for the Grizzlies. A little bit of uncertainty on the call by the officials, but it's a 5-point lead for the Grizzlies. Coakley, Menard, Ozorak steps in, and that's a great hit and a good point earned by Marie Chantel Ozorak. Thunder within 4. Emily Menard getting ready to serve. A high serve, they'll let that one sail out of bounds. And that's another point for the Grizzlies, back out with a 5-point lead in the midway through the second set. Sophia Clement to serve. Ozorak to Menard. Ledger steps in, and that is a great hit. Not much Georgian defenders could do. Found the seam right between a couple Georgian defenders, and that's a point for the Thunder. Elizabeth Coakley on the serve. Gross to Clement. Ma. Played by Menard. Coakley plays it forward, and Ozorak tips it over the net. And miscommunication between a few Grizzlies players. Muller and DeFrancesco uncertain who was going to get that one as it popped off the hand of Amber Ma. It falls to the ground, and the Thunder now within 3 points, down 13-10. Coakley again to serve. It's Watson, Clement, far side for DeFrancesco. Ozorak steps in, and now Menard plays it back to Ozorak. Muller setting up Ma. It was tipped at the net, the Grizzlies believe. And it was. The ruling comes in now. It was tipped. And that's a point for Georgian. Amber Ma serving. Ledger hit it over and will earn the point for the Thunder. Carissa Malloy getting ready to serve for Algonquin. Cameron to Clement, to Francesco, and that's a point for the Grizzlies. Elizabeth Coakley wasn't able to save that one. It was well struck, and now Alyssa Moeller to serve for the Grizzlies. They're maintaining a lead throughout the second set. It's a 4-point lead at the moment, but far from done here in the second set. Moeller serves over. Menard to Ledger, and a tip. Good vision. Riley Ledger saw that one all the way as two Grizzlies players stepped up to the net, left an empty space right behind them. Riley Ledger's serve is not returned. That's a point for the Thunder now, down 2. Ledger serve too much on this one. It goes out of bounds and hands another point to the Grizzlies. Now back out on top by 3 points. It's a 16-13 lead as Dominica DeFrancesco gets ready to serve. Coakley, Menard, Ozorak, and it's off the hand of Kelsey Watson and out of bounds. Back and forth volleyball here. No team really been able to string together a large amount of points. It's been about a 2 to 4 point gap between the two teams throughout this entire set. Thunder looking to claw their way back in and tie this one up. Ozorak served. Watson will play it back over. She says it's saying it was tipped. Thunders disagree, and the officials will say it was not tipped. So it goes out of bounds, and Algonquin gets the point, and now they're within 1. Marie Chantal Ozorak serving again. Clement with the set to Watson. And she does no wrong with it. The Grizzlies needed that point, and they got it. They're back out on top by 2. Brittany Cameron will serve. Boutros to Menard. Coakley. Muller did a good job getting in front of that, but off her arms and out of bounds. The Thunder really not letting the Grizzlies get out ahead by too many points throughout this set. They've lingered around, and they're in position to tie it up. They've got the ball. Down by 1. Roots with the serve. And Clement to Watson. Ledger's there. Now Menard to Ozorak. Off the net. DeFrancesco saves it. Running towards the crowd is Clement, and Ma will have to play it over, which she's able to do. Now the Thunder reset. Tip to the net. Malloy tried to play it over, and DeFrancesco will get a hit on it, but that one off the mark. It goes wide and out of bounds. And we're all tied up at 17 here. DeFrancesco saves the tip off of Ma's hands. Clement plays it over. Now battle at the net. Amber Ma is going to get called for being on the line here, being on the net. And I thought that could have gone the other way, but nonetheless, Brad Graham will call a timeout off the Thunder point. Algonquin gets the lead in the second set. They're up 18-17, and now the Grizzlies need to respond. They're in danger of dropping 2 sets and being in a bit of a hole here, down 2-0. They need to win this set. We'll see what they come up with. We'll be back in about 30 seconds. Aaron Roots with the serve. And it's off the arms of Alyssa Muller. And a tough way to come back from the timeout break. Thunder now lead by 2. Out ahead 19-17. Roots to serve again. It's right at Muller once again. And that's a point for Algonquin. She'll get called with a lift. Brad Graham doesn't like the call. He'll let the officials know it, but Roots has the serve once again. Moss steps in, plays it to Watson, and DeFrancesco plays it over. Ledger's there. Now Menard, far side to Coakley. Watson, Clement, Ma. Ozorak makes a play on it, and the Thunder are looking to return. Ledger plays it over. DeFrancesco now. Clement to Watson. Georgian plays it over. Play on the net now, and the Grizzlies had to really try and make a dig there, unable to do so. Point goes the Thunder's way. And they've put together some points now and hold a 4-point lead, up 21-17. Clement to Watson. And that's a point for the Grizzlies, much needed. Kelsey Watson stepped in and made a play at the net. Kelsey Watson to serve. Played over by Malloy. Watson, well hit. Thunder putting together an offensive attack now. Coakley plays it over. Muller now setting to Ma. It's blocked to the net, and Muller tries to keep it alive, but it goes out of bounds. And another point for the Thunder. Menard serves. Francesco to Clement. Good eye by Clement, tips it, but big save by the Thunder defense. And Ma finds the back corner, so that's a point for the Grizzlies. And they're still in this. They're down 3. Sophia Clement will serve. Too much on that one. Clement serves, goes long and out of bounds. Algonquin now only 2 points away from being up 2-0 in this game. Coakley on the serve. Clement to Muller, and Muller fires wide. Set point for Algonquin. Elizabeth Coakley has the serve. Menard to Ozorak. Ozorak found the back empty space, and that's the point that will do it here in the second set. It's the Algonquin Thunder winning it 25-19, and the Grizzlies' struggles continue here in the second set. They head into the third set down by 2. Algonquin now in position to close this one out here in the third set. They've played well both sets. They came out a little bit flat to start the second, but they rallied and got it figured out. They came storming back and won the second set. And the two teams will talk things over and try to put together a plan for this third set. and we'll be back in just a moment to bring it your way. The two teams return to the floor for this third set, and it's the Grizzlies that need to bring all the answers. They're down 2-0, and in risk of being swept by this Algonquin Thunder team that has played really well here tonight. But it's not over, and 25 points will have to be earned before the Algonquin Thunder can wrap up this third set. To start things off, it'll be number 5, Sophia Clement, serving for the Grizzlies. It's played over, Shearhorn's there, Menard. It's played over by the Thunder. DeFrancesco was able to play it over. Boutros to Shearhorn. Watson with a dig. And Ma plays it over. Menard's there. Shearhorn playing it over again. A deep volley to the back corner. Gross to Ma. Ma with a desperation swing. Did get it over, but is called for a lift. It was a good effort by Amber Ma. She showed lots of it here tonight. Not giving up on any play. Emily Menard serving. Ma, Clement, Watson plays it over. Bonnier is there. And it's a double touch on the Thunder. Grizzlies get on the board. It's all tied up at 1 here in the third set. Ma's serve. A little bit wide, and a good eye by Brianne Shearhorn. Let that one go to bounds. Thunder earn their second point of the third set. And Brianne Shearhorn with the serve. A high spinning ball played over. Cameron's there. Clement to Watson. Watson volleys it over. Malloy steps in. Sorry, that was Shearhorn. Now Bonnier plays it over, but A wall formed by DiFrancesco and Muller disallows that one from going through. Georgian responds. It's all tied up 2-2. Alyssa Muller to serve. Too much on that one. It goes out of bounds. Now Jenna Gross checks in for Muller. Malloy on the serve. That was Carissa Malloy, but played into the net. And so far, third set going just the way the second set did. Back and forth, point for point between the two teams. Second set, eventually the Thunder were able to rally away and get the win. However, the Grizzlies are right here in this one, tied up 3-3. They need this set win to keep the game going. However, the Thunder will earn the point off an errant serve. Went long and out of bounds. Now Riley Ledger serving for Algonquin. Cameron, Clement tipped it over. Boutros tried to keep that one alive, but unable to do so. It's a point for the Grizzlies off a great play by Brittany Cameron on the tip. Cameron with the serve. And that's an ace for Brienne Cameron. Went off Brienne Shearhorn's arms to the floor. Cameron gets another chance here at the service line after giving her Grizzly team a 5-4 lead in this set. Boutros, Menard, and Bonnier. And that's a point for the Thunder. Alyssa Muller wasn't able to get there. Marilyn Bonnier preparing to serve now for the Thunder. It's well struck, and that's an ace for Bonnier. Right between two Grizzlies players. Clement to Watson, but a call against the Grizzlies, double touch. Marilyn Bonnier now with her third serve upcoming. That one into the net. Grizzlies get a point back. Kelsey Watson will serve for Georgian. That serve out the back. Point goes to Algonquin, who now are up by 2, 8-6. Tatiana Weisflog to serve. And that one is an ace, went off the arms of Kelsey Watson. Weisflog serve. Tipped by Clement. Ledger got there. Good play from the ground. Clement to Ma, and that's low and into the net. Algonquin has cashed in off of Georgian errors here tonight. Lots of misfires by that Georgian front, whether it's been going into the net or going out of bounds. It's just been a tough night striking the ball for the Grizzlies. Ma plays it over, and now Ledger to Menard. Shearhorn, and that's a point for Algonquin. Muller and Clement tried to get up there for the block, and they did get a hand on the ball, but bounced off both of them into the floor. Thunder get the point. Now they're up 5, string together some points. Georgian needs a quick response. I imagine that if they don't win this point, we might see a timeout. Good eye by Jenna Gross, who let that one sail out of bounds. Sophia Clement getting ready to serve, down 4. Shearhorn to Menard. Bonnier steps up and plays it over. Now Gross, Clement, Muller. It's tipped at the net. Bonnier's there. Now Menard sets it to Ledger, who comes in swinging, but fires it a little long and out of bounds, so that point goes to Georgian. Now earning back-to-back points and clawing their way back to try and even this set up. They're down 3, Sophia Clement with the serve. That one's low and into the net, so another point given to Algonquin. And that's just kind of how it's gone tonight for the Grizzlies. Right when they start putting together some points and an opportunity's there, that's just taken right away by the Thunder. Emily Menard to serve. Clement to Francesco, plays over. And Ledger played it over, but not before a call goes against Algonquin for a lift. Despite a 2-0 lead, 2 sets to nothing lead for the Algonquin Thunder, it's been a very competitive game. Both sets really been point for point. This one no different, only 3 points separating the 2 teams. Amber Ma with the serve. Shearhorn's there. Menard to Malloy. Malloy, too much on it, goes out the back. Georgia now down 2. Amber Ma serving. Boutros, Menard, Shearhorn doing a great job keeping it alive. Muller pops it in the air, but it falls on the Grizzlies' side, and that one goes the Thunder's way. Excellent play at the net by Brianne Shearhorn. Did just enough to play that one over, and the Grizzlies weren't able to return it, so up 3, Algonquin has the ball, and Brianne Shearhorn to serve. Ma with the dig. Clement, far side to Cameron. Off the net and to the floor on the Algonquin side. That's a point for the Grizzlies. Alyssa Muller with the ace. Grizzlies within 1. There's no quit in this team. They're going to try and steal this set here. Still a lot of volleyball to be played, though. Midway through the 3rd set, it's a 13-12 lead for the Thunder. And just as the Grizzlies had a chance to tie it up, a misfire into the net gives the Thunder the point and extends their lead to 2. Carissa Malloy now with the ball, getting ready to serve. It's Ma. Gross couldn't find the ball, or a miscommunication between her and Dominica DeFrancesco. No one went for it. The ball falls to the ground. Carissa Malloy to serve again. And that's off the arms of Amber Ma. Tried to step in, get that ball. Brad Graham has to call a timeout. I imagine they'll be drawing up some plays here in desperation mode. They've only got 9 points they can afford to give up at this point. Make that 8. Georgia needs to get to work. Down 4 points midway through the 3rd set. They're going to take a break. We will too. We'll see you in a minute. Algonquin up 4 points. Carissa Malloy to serve. Ma to Clement to Watson, blocked at the net by Weisflog and Bonner. Watson plays it over. Menard to Malloy. Bonner playing it over. Weisflog makes a play at the net. And a call goes against the Grizzlies. Algonquin now trying to make a push to end this one. They're up 17-12. Malloy serve, well hit. Clement to DeFrancesco. And a big play by Weisflog at the net. Pass came her way. She knew what to do with it. Right in the seam of that Georgian defense. It's a 6-point lead now for Algonquin. Chris Malloy holding the service line last few points. Ma, and she'll have another chance to serve as that serve was unreturned. And the Grizzlies quickly seeing their chances wash away here in this third set. Algonquin putting on the pressure, trying to end it. Only 6 points until they do so. Clement diving to keep that alive, and Watson steps in to keep the rally going. Bonner with the point. Great pass from Menard to Bonner. Francesco, Clement back to DeFrancesco. Menard's there though. Watson makes a play at the net to earn the point. Got some help from the net. Tipped it right on top of the net and bounced off to the Algonquin side. So a bit of help from the net there, and Kelsey Watson will say thank you and move on to the next point where Dominica DeFrancesco has the serve. Cheerhorn, Menard, Bonnier. Ma makes the save. Cameron tried to play it over but blocked. A duo of Ledger and Weisflog forming the wall. Ball had nowhere to go. That's another point for Algonquin, now out ahead 21-13 and only 4 points away from improving their record. The serve was by Mulder. Watson gets blocked. That's Tatiana Weisflog again. The big play. She had help from number 4, Sarah Martin. Two of them forming the wall. Alexandra Mulder now with the serve. Gross is there. Clement to Watson. Shearhorn saves it. And Mulder keeps it alive. Or Weisflog almost capitalized on it, but just wide. It's ruled out of bounds, and there is life for this Grizzlies team now, who trail 22-14. Brittany Cameron has the serve. Bonner played it, but that's a huge block by Kelsey Watson, all on her own. Just got right in front of that one and stood tall. Hands strong, and another point for the Grizzlies, down 7. Shearhorn to Mulder. To Martin, blocked by Watson. Bonnier will play it over. Cameron's there. Clement with the set to Watson. It's struck right through the hands of Sarah Martin. Well hit by Watson. Grizzlies trying to put together a late third set push. They have to if they're going to keep this one going. They've still got work to do, down 6. Shearhorn to Mulder, and just missed there by Weisflog. A good couple of passes, but just unable to finish with Tatiana Weisflog. Pass was a little bit low, but gives Brittany Cameron and the Grizzlies a chance to earn another point here, down 5. Shearhorn to Mulder. Bonner plays it over. Muller plays it to Clement. DeFrancesco has to step up on it, right to Shearhorn. That was a well-struck ball. Shearhorn couldn't get in position to play it. Grizzlies now only within 4. Cameron to serve again. And that one's just out. It was really close, but just on the outside of that line. Point goes to Algonquin. Marilyn Bonnier now. It's a 5-point lead for the Thunder. Come on. And a double touch gets called against the Grizzlies, and that gives Marilyn Bonnier the ball with match point for Algonquin. 24-18 lead. Ball is up, but a miss hit will give the ball back to the Grizzlies. And a bit of life to try and string together some points and keep this one alive. It's Kelsey Watson to serve. Boutros to Mulder to Weisflog. Jenna Gross helps out Watson, and Ma has to play it over. Bonnier's there, and they'll set up the passing now. Thunder. Shearhorn will finish this game off. A great pass from Tatiana Weisflog, and Brianne Shearhorn does as she did all game, earning points at the net. She finishes that one off, and the Algonquin Thunder take the third set 25-19, and they take the game 3-0. They'll improve their record to 12-4 on the year. Georgian falling to 5-10. Georgians now lost 5 in a row, and the struggles continue on a bit of a losing skid here towards the end of the season. Despite being a 3-0 sweep, it was a competitive game, just as we saw in the third set. It only was 25-19, so it wasn't any dominant performances. Looking at where these teams go from here, not too much to be played left in the season for Georgian. They'll travel to George Brown and Loyalist. After, those two games come after hosting La Cité here tomorrow. For Algonquin, this is the first of a 3-game road trip to end the season. From here, they go to Centennial tomorrow, and then on Wednesday play at La Cité. That wraps up their year. That does it for the women's volleyball game. It's the Algonquin Thunder taking it 3-0 against the Georgian Grizzlies. Return at 8 o'clock. We'll have the men's game coming up. It's the Grizzlies hosting the Thunder. In the meantime, we'll break. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Sean McAvoy. We'll see you at 8.